The South Carolina Court of Appeals has ruled in favor of Charleston County School Board member Kevin Hollinshead against the Charleston Coalition for Kids. He filed a lawsuit against them, claiming that their 2020 political advertisements against him were defamatory. I talked one-on-one with Mr. Hollinshead about the latest on this case for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Charleston County School Board member Kevin Hollinshead. Welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Hey, Quintin, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing just great here. I know that obviously you have been a Charleston County School Board member for the past couple of months now. And, you know, of course, hanging over your head was the lawsuit that you and your team filed against the Coalition for Kids when you first ran a couple of years ago, actually in 2020. And I want to take you to the previous article that was written by Channel 4 back in 2022. It says this: former CCSD board member's lawsuit against Charleston Coalition for Kids moving forward. A lawsuit involving a former Charleston School Board member is moving forward. Kevin Hollinshead filed a lawsuit last February against the Charleston Coalition for Kids, saying their political advertisements used back in 2020 were defamatory. Hollinshead claims the Charleston Coalition for Kids ads, stemming from his previous legal issues, were misleading and disparaging. Now you're coming on Quintin's Close-Ups with some breaking news.
Yes, sir. So, I guess that was last week, Thursday or Wednesday. The appellate court of South Carolina upheld my complaint in that court case against the Coalition for Kids. They ruled in my favor, saying that the information that they published was misrepresented and wasn't factual. So again, our case got reinstated. We're looking forward to our day in court, and we're elated about it. When I got the information and news, it kind of caught me off guard. I think I cried for a little while, I'm not going to lie, because never in the history, as my friends or other political pundits have said, that a person of my color had been ridiculed the way that they have. As you can remember, during the time of that election, it was a presidential election. It was a record number of spots that were purchased, and they were very high. As Nick Reagan from Channel 5 did his research, around $1.5 million of advertising was purchased to belittle me and Chris Collins, but the majority of it was placed on me. So can you imagine someone spending that kind of money not only to belittle you, but in modern terms, try to make sure that you're still a slave or to call you a nigger? And that's basically what they were doing. And they want to represent black and brown kids, but they went to drastic route to try to control the school district and its funding. So again, as you know, going back to the days of John Busan, that era, you know, they tried to control the board then. It failed. And this particular movement survived for, I think, 8 years or maybe 6 years, and it began to dwindle away. The public is very smart, and after a while, they realize a lemon when they see one.
Now, Mr. Hollinshead, you mentioned earlier in this particular interview that the lawsuit was reinstated. When was that, and when did that actually take place?
I believe it was last Wednesday. The appellate court upheld it.
And were the Charleston Coalition for Kids notified about that as well?
Yes, sir. All the lawyers involved with that case was notified of the court's decision.
And to rehash that from back in 2020, for those who weren't around or forgot about what happened, can you explain what transpired?
Basically, the leader of Coalition for Kids ran a commercial, basically just saying that I stole government money. And that's how the commercials were centered around. And the judges looked at it and ruled in our particular favor.
Now, did you allegedly steal government money?
No. No, Quintin.
So where did they get this information from?
They took it from a civil suit of disputed fees, and they took it and blew it out of proportion. So then again, like I said, not too much I can say in that area because we're going to have our day in court, and I have to respect my attorney.
Sure.
We're looking forward to that, to bring that out in court. let my attorney have his day in court with me. The one thing I can tell you, I can assure you, is that in discovery, you'll find out who funded Coalition for Kids, where the money came from, and how it was used.
Can you discuss that right now?
It has to come out in discovery. I'm not the lawyer. I'm not the attorney. I knew he asked for that information.
Right.
And as soon as I have a copy of it and he gets ready to make it public, I'll make sure you get a copy.
Yes, sir. And I know that you said earlier that you were emotional, basically, about this decision. Why did it take so long in your mind?
Well, the justice system moves slow. When it happened and we filed the case, I wanted to move forward. I can remember they had a hearing, and that was a grueling hearing. They talked about everything under the sun, up under my big toe, but they never did deal with the issue at hand. And what they do is they try to wear you down, as attorneys tell me, but they stayed away from the factual of the matter. And so the case got thrown out. The appellate court looked through all of that and saw that my lawyer's argument was true, and they ruled in our favor.
And did they miss out on any other facts in this commercial, or was it just that about you allegedly stealing government money?
Just by me stealing government money, I guess. You need to talk to my attorney about that, but that's what it's predicated around. I think I sent you a copy of the judge's finding.
Right. And to be fair, if anybody from the Coalition for Kids wants to come on and give their side of the story, they can do that as well. But what do you want out of this, Mr. Hollinshead?
Quintin, that was one apology. Two, just to make sure that the general public understands what this organization did, not just to me, but to African Americans. They played a Willie Lynch type of advertisement. You have to be sensitive when you're dealing with political matters. They went, like I said, to an era that African Americans thought we got away from. They wanted to let you know that you were a nigger. We're in charge, and we're gonna handle it any way we can and treat you any way we can that we want to. And that's what they were doing. There was a lot of money on the table. They were trying to privatize public schools. Use public money to privatize public schools. They want to control the Charleston County schools, and they want to control the children's lives. So again, there's a lot more to it. I think once we have the day in court, there's a lot more that come out of this.
And remind me again, when is that court date?
Well, there's still a procedure. They have 30 days to file an appeal, which we're very confident of that we'll win that decision too. So it has to go through its process.
Yes,
so maybe by early summer, we'll probably be in court.
All right. You mentioned former Charleston County School Board member Chris Collins. They obviously obviously placed an ad on television in regards to him. Is he also suing Coalition for Kids?
No, I don't think Chris filed a suit. I wish he had, but he didn't. He called me the other day to congratulate me and wish me well. I appreciate the call that he got. A lot of people call and say that, they appreciate me sticking with it. It's been 5 years. And so I hope to vindicate Chris Collins as well. Again, you've never seen anybody spend that kind of money on black candidates for a school board race. And that's what Nick Reagan pointed out. This is the first for South Carolina history. And it was a grueling situation, Quintin.
Why didn't you give up on this?
Why didn't I give up?
Right.
I had a good attorney, a bulldog. He told me to be patient. He reminded me of the validity of the case. I have my daddy's blood in me, I guess. Probably my father's blood and my mother, but mainly my daddy. You're not going to kick me and think I'm not going to kick back. And so, I'm the type of person, Those individuals, don't know who they are, never met them, never been to a situation in a room with them. They just, followed some other individuals that did not like me, and they want to pump money into discrediting me. That's all.
How many of those yes, sir. How many of those other individuals are you talking about? Allegedly?
Well, one or two, maybe three. When I'm here, and again, we're waiting for disposition. I know they had a makeshift board. The board is not in existence anymore, but they're all going to be held to subpoenas to come to court.
Charleston County School Board member Kevin Hollinshead, thank you for your time, and again, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you, Quintin. And again, thanks to the guys on Facebook that kind of just cheered me on this weekend and patted me on the back. I appreciate Francis Baylock and others, Elvis Bates and all who actually called and gave support. Again, I'm here. God by willing, I'm still kicking and alive. We're going to work for children in Charleston County. And we're going to do what we got to do, Quintin.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.